So in the last video, we went through this demo case that we've created here to help you understand what cases are. Now in this video, we're going to go ahead and create our own case. So we have four different options here. We have empty case, from template, from archive, and from MISP. Now the two that we're interested in are empty case and from template. Now because this is a fresh build of the Hive, there are no templates that come as default, so we'll need to create our own later on, which we'll do in a separate video. So we're going to select empty case and we're going to be prompted to provide some information so that we can create the case. So for the title, for this scenario, we're going to use a fictional security alert where an IT administrator has found a unknown PowerShell file on one of the servers. So we're going to name this appropriately. We'll call it suspicious PowerShell file found on serve 003. We'll leave the date as it is because it's going to use the current date and time, and that's completely fine for us. We're not going to change the severity TLP or PAP. We're not going to apply any tags at the moment, and we need to write a short description so that we can create a case. So for example, in here, we'll just put something such as an IT administrator has contacted the security team about an unknown PowerShell file on a server. Perfect. So we'll click confirm, and this is going to create the case. So again, we're going to recognize this layout from the previous video. We're going to minimize the left-hand navigation menu again, just to give us some more space. And because we're on the general tab, right, we can see the title and description, and we are actually going to add a couple of tags in here. So because this security event involves a PowerShell file, we're going to write PowerShell. And we can also put the server hostname in here as well as a tag. So let's do serve003. Perfect. So we're going to go to the tasks tab next, and this is where we're going to start to build some structure into our case. So the first one we're going to create, we are going to call it acquire the file. So before we do anything, right, we need to obtain a copy of the file so we can gather indicators from it, so we can triage it, see if it's malicious or not, and then go from there. So we're not going to set a description, an assignee, or a due date. We'll just click save and add another. Now for the second one, we're going to call it gather file indicators. We'll do save and add another. And then for this one, we are going to do triage the file. Right, so we'll actually do some analysis on it. And then we will do take actions, if appropriate. Cool, we'll click confirm because we're not going to add any more tasks at this point. So we can see they're all created here, perfect. Now observables, right, so if we think about the first task, we have acquire the file. So, we've created a mock file for this, so let's just say IT admin has provided the file to the security team. We should say has provided a copy of the file to the security team. So we'll click confirm. Perfect. So we've got that activity note in here. What we can do is we can go to attachments and we can add it in here. Click confirm. Perfect. So now if we go to the observables, which is again, if you remember, where we store indicators, IOCs, different artifacts, we're going to add an observable. We're going to set the type as file name, and we're going to add in the file name, which was updata1.ps1. Now we're going to leave all of these as they are. We need to set tags in the description. So for here, we'll just put PowerShell. And for the description, we will just set something, the suspicious file provided by the IT admin. Perfect, we'll click confirm. Now we need to think about what other observables we might want to add. So things such as the file hash, SHA-256, the file size. So we're going to go ahead and we are actually going to add in the hash. So there is a data type for hash, perfect. We're going to minimize the Hive. We're going to jump to our desktop where this mock file is. We will shift and right click and open terminal here. And then we're going to do SHA-256 sum up and then press tab to autocomplete and then press enter. Perfect. So we've got the SHA-256 hash here. We're going to copy that. We're going to jump back into the Hive. We're going to paste that in. And we'll write a description of SHA-256 of file. Perfect, and then we'll do save and add another, because we're going to add in the file size as well. Now there isn't actually a data type for file size, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to other. We are going to go minimize this, go back to the desktop. We're going to right click the file, go to properties. So we can see it's 288 bytes. We will jump back into the Hive and 288. And we'll just do a description again of size in bytes. Perfect, so we've got 3 different observables now. We have 4 tasks. We can go ahead, so acquire the file, jump back into this. Now we can change the status here to completed, right? Because we have retrieved the file. We'll click confirm to save that. Perfect. And what we can see now, if we go back to the task list, we're going to see that this has been closed, and we can see the task completion bar here where one task is complete. So gather file indicators, we've also done this as well. So we'll click the +1 activity. We'll state indicators gathered and added as observables. That is correct, that's fine. We will click confirm. And then we're going to go ahead and change this to completed as well. So triage the file and take actions if appropriate. Obviously, this is a fictional scenario with a mock file, so we're not actually going to dive into completing these tasks because, again, we're just trying to focus on how to actually use the Hive. So we've created a case from a blank case. We've populated it with tasks, observables, and we've attached files.